still have the messages with the dude. Guys, it's Iyana, and today I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you a story time about when the whole school wanted to jump me and whoop my tail because of something that started. So, to see the rest of this video, continue watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. And yeah. So, basically the story happened when this boy started texting me, and he was dating my cousin, who I didn't know they were dating at the time because they were always on and off. And I didn't really want a relationship with him or anything. He's basically started texting me and stuff like this, stuff like that. So, we started talking, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna date you, whenever, blah, blah, this, blah, blah. We were just talking as friends or whatever, and then he was like, I really like you, blah, blah, this, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. So then his girlfriend found out about it, and basically, she found out about it, and then it went downhill from there. So the first thing that happened was when I was texting my friend. I'm gonna call her Pink. Pink, when I was texting Pink with me and Pink were talking, and then all of a sudden I get a text from Gray. Gray started texting me. She was like, so you saying I go back and forth between my man? And I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Because at the time she was dating some dude and I didn't really know they were dating at all. And I was just like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Somebody told me this and that. Somebody told me that. And I was like, okay. And then I ended up just going back and texting my friend Pink. And now Pink, I was trying to tell Pink about it. And then she was like, oh, so you're talking about me, talking about I can't dress, talking about I can't do my hair, and all this and all that. And I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Next thing you know, I started getting all these text messages on Kik. And if you don't know what Kik is, Kik was this very popular app back in like 2014, 2015, something like that. And people were talking about like, people were texting me and talking about like, oh, so you're talking about me. Basically, they were saying the same thing over and over again that Pink said. And I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then from here on out, I had over like 400 text messages of people talking to me, saying I was talking about them, and all that. Now, it started getting late at night. You know, I was just like, you know what, I can't do this. I don't want this in my life. So I was just like, I'm not going to school the next day. Have value too, it was the end of the school year anyway, so it really didn't matter if I went to school because we had already took our tests and stuff, so it was just like, boom. But anyways, I was like, I'm not going to school the next day, and I didn't. So then everybody was texting me during their school hours talking about how they're going to whip my tail, do all of this to me, and do all of that to me. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, wow. Next thing you know, my friend, I'm going to call her Grape. Grape was like, Grape's mom came to my house and was like, so my daughter's sitting up here telling me you talking about her doing all that, and she was like, everybody else talking about her too, and everybody know this and know that. And I was like, no, and I showed her my phone and everything, and she was like, sweetheart, you need to show this to somebody and talk to them about it. And I was like, okay. She was like, you need to go to school and figure everything out. And so after that, she left my house, and she went to go pick up her daughter. They went home or whatever. And then the next day, I ended up going to school. So I ended up going to school. I'm just sitting here like, yes, the Lord, but Jesus, I'm gonna die, because I thought I was. Because everybody was sending me all the messages, blah, 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 blah. And then my Snapchat was even horrible. Snapchat was even horrible because people were adding me. Well, this was before you could add people on Snapchat, but people were adding me saying, add Iyana, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. We gonna beat your tail, blah, 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 blah. And then they're talking about I have no hair, I can't dress, so on. And then, like that. Anyway, school was the next day, and I went, and we have to go to the gym because that's where we go before classes start. So I was in the gym, and I want to go sit down to my friend. I'm gonna call her Butterscotch. I want to go sit next to Butterscotch, and Grape was beside her. So I want to go sit next to them, and they just gave me that look like, what you gonna do? And everybody else was behind was behind me. Like everybody else was texting me in my DMs and stuff like that, saying I was gonna whoop your tail, blah blah this, blah blah that. Nobody actually ran up, thank God, because me fighting 100 people, let's just say I would probably be dead. But anyways, yeah, everybody was talking about me. You know what you was talking about. You know what you did. Blah blah this, blah blah that. And then this girl, I'm gonna call her Gray. I think no, I can't call her Gray. Her name's somebody Gray, so I'm gonna call her Tan. Tan was like, so you saying my hair long ain't that long? Blah blah this, blah blah that. I was like, no, I didn't say that. And Grape was like, Iyana, yes you did. Blah blah this, blah blah that. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Blah blah this, blah blah that. So after that, we ended up going to classes, and I just couldn't go to my class. I went to class, but I just had my head down that whole day, cause everybody was like, "You keep saying this, you keep saying that, blah blah this, blah blah that. Why you keep saying stuff? You already got exposed." And I'm just like, "What are y'all talking about?" They was like, "We got screenshots, we got this, we got that," and I'm just like, "What screenshots?" And then eventually, come to find out, somebody said the screenshots was fake. Now I'm gonna call the person. Can I call the person? I'm gonna call the person who said screenshots was fake. Yellow. Yellow was like, the screenshots were fake, blah blah this, blah blah that. But you were still saying stuff. I was like, no, I wasn't, because I don't even know what people were talking about. Because half of the people who were saying I was saying stuff about them, I barely talked to or barely just hung out with. Because I didn't really hang out with that many people. Like, I knew a lot of people, but I didn't hang out with a lot of people. But, anyways, it was like around, after classes ended, we ended up going to PE. Now, PE, everybody was like, talking this, talking that. So I was just like, okay. So I was just walking the track around myself, and everybody was looking at me, and I was like, you talking about me and blah, blah, this, blah, blah. And then after we have PE, we have lunch. So lunch was like, everybody was looking at me, talking again, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. So I just went and sat at the end of my lunch table, like where I usually would sit every day with my friends, but I just sat at the end. And they were just looking at me like this. Like, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. You fake. Stuff like that. And then, like, eventually, the end of the year, like, the end of the last days of school came, and then we just ended. And then 8th grade year came. 8th grade year, it was, like, still the same, but it was, like, more people was just like, forget it. We're gonna be back friends now and all that. So eventually I started talking about my friends, and they're like, they sorry. And basically that whole thing ended. Like, it was just horrible because of the simple fact that I probably shouldn't have texted him anyway, but it was just like, I wasn't really texting him about nothing. Like, I still have the messages with the dude, so I'm gonna probably throw those up in here if I didn't. I'm sorry. But anyways, now it comes to the point where I'm gonna read you my friends' opinions that they sent me on the whole thing. So yeah, I got the people who were in the whole thing, and I got their opinions. So I'm gonna read those to you, and okay, so I didn't feel like reading them, so you have to read them yourself because yeah. Also, if you don't know how to read, I am very sorry. So
it was crazy. Like, it was just drama. So basically how it all started was, I don't know, people just assumed that, like, she was talking about everybody. Like, it started with these couple of friends. I ain't gonna say who though, so I'm just gonna say it. Bologna and Cheese were talking in group chat, and they were telling me how they spent the night at Oreo's house. And when they came back, they were talking about how she talked about everybody in the group and stuff, and it was other stuff before that. People were mad, and so I was talking with her, and then they told me that Oreo was talking about me. So I decided to text Oreo, and she didn't know what I was talking about, but I was in 7th grade, so I was dumb, and I thought she knew. She knew exactly what I was talking about. She was just fake. And everyone was turning against her in the situation. So it was just crazy. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I am done. I turned against her, and I'm so sorry for that. Because, like, I was fake. We all was fake. It was 7th grade, okay? Don't judge. But, like, yeah, that's basically what happened. Everyone was just turning against her because Bologna and Cheese thought she was talking about them. I mean, said they had said something about her because she had started something else with this boy or something, I don't know. And everyone was just coming for her. And then everyone else was saying how she talked about them. And then when we got to school the next day, it was crazy. Everyone was sending her like threats stuff, not like death threats or kill yourself threats, but like mean threats like I'm gonna beat you up and stuff, or why was you talking about me. And so next day we all came to school, and she was sitting in the bleachers, and everyone was fussing her out because she was talking about everybody, but she said she wasn't, and like no one was her friend except for one person, and it was just crazy. So yeah, everyone was mad at her, and she almost got in a fight that day. She didn't want to come to school. She was confused because she was like, why is everyone talking about me? Like, I didn't do anything. And to this day, we don't know the truth. Like, we don't know, okay? But they were saying how she said that we got our clothes from the thrift store, how we got all of this and all of that, you know. And I'm just like, what? What? Like, I'm saying, she was my friend since first or second grade, and she over here talking about me, so that kind of hurt me. That's why I was confused. I was like, why is she talking about me? But then again, I was wrong in the end because I should have like talked to her and talked this out instead of just fussing her out, instead of being mature about the situation. And I'm sorry about that, but you know, things happen. We cool now, and yeah, just wanted to talk about this whole little story and this experience and all of that. And everyone's cool now. Everyone's chill. We all going into 10th grade, so that happened like 2-3 years ago. 2 years, most 3, and that was the whole situation basically. Like, it was all drama. Like, everyone was just crazy. It was all fake and drama, and yeah. And I won't do that again. Drama free.
Alright, so don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Hope you got everybody's opinion. Hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I'll do some more story times and yeah.